Welcome to another edition of the Futures League Rundown. Last night, July 15th, we had 7 games take place. Let's get right to the action. The Bravehearts battled the Blues for the second night in a row, this time in Worcester. And for the second night in a row, the Bravehearts took care of business to ascend to 10 games up in the division. Also for the second night in a row, Zach Tower of Franklin Pierce knocked one out of the park. That will be his only hit of the night. Rafael Bornajal of Belmont, who was fresh off of hitting for the cycle right before the All-Star break, homered as well. That was all of the help that All-Star Frankie Moscatello would need, as the right-hander collected his 3rd win of the season, allowing 3 runs in his 5.2 innings pitched, while striking out 6 Bristol batters. Worcester is now on a 4-game winning streak as the Bravehearts take this one 4-3. The Silver Knights headed down to Torrington for a doubleheader with the Titans, and the first game was over early. Ryan Sullivan of Southern New Hampshire homered 3 times in this game, which is the most by a single player in a single game in the Futures League this season. Sullivan, along with Mickey Gasper of Bryant and Harry Roberson of Amherst, combined to go 12 for 15 in the game with 18 RBIs between the 3 of them. Nashville put up only 1 more run in this game to beat the Titans handedly in the first one, 19-5. Game 2 was quite the opposite. Despite staying in Torrington, the Silver Knights were the home team, and this would play a factor in the game. Micah Giannalis of UMass picked up 6 strong innings, allowing 0 earned runs and striking out 5 Titan batters to keep the Silver Knights alive. Luke Glancy of Tulane hit one deep to tie the game at 1 apiece and send this game to extras, where, in the bottom of the 10th, a Yanni Thanopoulos walk-off double scored Ryan Sullivan and ended the contest. Nashville sweeps Torrington in the doubleheader, beating the Titans in the second one 2-1. In another doubleheader, the Suns and the Dirt Dogs squared off in Wachusett last night and split the series. Ryan Ogren of Elon got things started in Game 1 with a homer, but an Al Zachary RBI double put the Suns ahead for good to put Pittsfield back in the win column. Suns take the first leg of the doubleheader, winning 4-3. Game 2 was another battle between the two. Don Walsh of Post University, the home run derby champion from this past Wednesday, hit another home run last night. Meanwhile, Austin Young from UMass Lowell homered and hit a walk-off RBI double in his first day of Futures League baseball. Welcome to the league, Austin. That would lead the Dirt Dogs to victory. Wachusett takes the second one, winning 3-2. The first place Mavericks welcomed the 15-20 Brockton Rocks to town and beat Brockton 8-3. Clay Chatham of Dartmouth towed the rubber for Seacoast, and he dominated the game. Chatham tossed for 5 innings, allowing only 1 hit and no runs in his appearance, while striking out 7 rocks to lower his earned run average to 1.89 on the season. Mount Olive's Alvin Swoop doubled and sent one deep on his way to a 2 RBI day, while Michael Hart of UMass singled and hit his first triple of the season to complete the multiplayer cycle. Seacoast coast to victory in this one, beating the Rocks 8-3. In the final game of the night, North Shore navigated themselves to the Vineyard to battle the Sharks. A 3-run 7th inning paved the way for our Martha's Vineyard victory. J.D. Andreessen of Campbell went yard in this one for his 3rd homer of the season. Andreessen also singled and knocked in a pair for the Sharks. Home run derby runner-up Jake Farrell also chipped in with an RBI double while he picked up 2 free bases on the game with a walk and a hit by pitch. Cameron Cepeda of Salt Lake came in for relief and picked up the win, no-hitting the Navigators in his 2 innings of work. Sharks take this one, winning 6-3. Now time for your player and pitcher of the night, brought to you by On Deck Sports, the official sponsor of the Futures League. The On Deck Sports Player of the Night goes to Ryan Sullivan of Southern New Hampshire, as the first baseman of the Silver Knights went 5 for 8 on the doubleheader, knocking in 3 home runs in the first game, along with 7 RBIs and scoring 3 times. This is the most home runs in a single game by any player in the Futures League this season. And the On Deck Sports Pitcher of the Night goes to Clay Chatham of the Seacoast Mavericks, as the pitcher out of Dartmouth allowed no runs and 1 hit in his 5 innings of work, while striking out 7 on his way to yet another victory. Chatham now has a 1.89 ERA this season. That's all for today's show. Thanks for tuning in to another Futures League Rundown. Be sure to go out to the ballpark closest to you to enjoy the Futures League in person, and of course, give us the follow on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Until next time, I'm your host, Ben Hayes. See you tomorrow.